Jaycee, just generally speaking, what you see from the defense today?
It was a good day. We made a lot of plays on the ball, especially down when they got into our red zone. So it's always good to take points off the board. But we also have some stuff we can clean up and get better at. So just a good practice day overall.
There seems to be an emphasis on causing turnovers on the defense. What are the coaching points for that as a DB, and how has the team responded to it?
Really just attacking the ball any chance you get. You know what I'm saying? Coach Canales has been highlighting in team meeting, like even at the end of run plays, DBs run all the way to the ball and just show me you punching at it. So we created some turnovers the last week or two with it. And our coach is showing us how many attacks we taking on the ball per practice, and the more we take, the more we get the ball out. We also have been turning the ball over, getting interceptions as well. So it's always good, get a turnover and change the whole game.
Is there a number of attacks on the ball per practice that you're trying to get?
Yeah, but I can't remember the exact number he was saying, but I just try to, punch at the ball every time because, I know that'll do a good job with leading the defense and, just giving us the mindset to attack the ball.
Seem to think that Jackson might be out 6 weeks or so with the hamstring. Dane Jackson.
Oh, I don't know.
The question is, who have you seen stepping up opposite you at cornerback with Dane out?
Lamar, Deshaun Jameson, Boot. They all been, making plays, rotating in. We just battling out right now. I don't know who gonna be the other corner, but they all competing real tough right now, and we'll see week 1.
Jaycee, we always hear about turnovers coming in bunches, right? How much confidence does it give you when you do start to take the ball away, kind of drive after drive?
The defense play with a whole lot of confidence when you're creating turnovers. Just feel untouchable when you're taking the ball away from the offense. Especially when you could take the ball away from a guy like A-Rod, one of the best quarterbacks in this league. So we're just gonna try to take that and keep it rolling.
I was going to ask you about that. How does going up against a quarterback of his caliber kind of help the defense?
He the best of the best, top of the top. He threw a couple no-look passes today, and he just real precise. He got us in a 2-minute drive, just surgical with the ball down the field, quick reads. So it showed us what we would see, if we do get to the playoffs and see some of these big-time quarterbacks. Or, we play the Chiefs this year, we get to see Mahomes. We know how they're going to attack us and what, the great quarterback's mindset is in those moments. So it definitely helps to go against, the top guys.
Did he stay away from you?
Did
Did he avoid you at all, or?
I was on a rep count today, so I ain't gonna say he avoided me. But I trained with him this past offseason in LA, so I had a little relationship with him. So it's good to get out there and mix it up. He obviously one of the greatest quarterbacks to touch a football.
Tell us about training with him. What was that like?
Just a hard worker, hard-working guy. I didn't know that was kind of like my first time seeing him in person when we was training every day. And he kind of bigger than I thought. Talk a lot of shit, obviously, but he a good dude for sure.
How did that come about?
What?
Come about you guys training together?
Just at the same facility. It was a program called Proactive out in Cali that I trained with for the combine, and I went back out there this off season to try to get my body right, and I think he'd be there every off season.
There's been some folks who've said you guys should go sign another corner even before Dane's injury. What's your confidence level in the existing group?
It's not my job. My job is worry about my corner spot. I believe in the guys that's here. You know what I'm saying? They taking strides every day, getting better. Outside of that, I don't got nothing for you.
Trevor Wallace got a pick, and he was flashed pretty well today. What have you seen from him on the field?
He's learning fast. He's a rookie, obviously, so it takes some adjusting to get used to the speed of the NFL. But today he made a good play on that pick. High pointed it, and I think he would have went to the house too. And that was in our red zone. So, like I said, it's always great when you can take points off the board.
Jaycee, you mentioned that how surgical he was in kind of that 2 minute. Was there anything that maybe you learned about your defense today that you didn't know going in, or anything that stood out like, okay, we need to go back and work on that?
Yeah, maybe on the outside, just challenging a little more. I wasn't in during that period, during 2 minute period, so I got a chance to just watch, and it was all just quick, a lot of quick games. So I think we just need to have a mindset of challenging a little more in that situation. But it's football. We got the best of him some plays. He got us during that period, so we was happy with the day.
Jaycee, you've been through these joint practices before. What do you guys feel is the biggest benefit from them? And you personally, do you feel like you get more out of joint practices than maybe even a preseason game?
Yeah, because, we get, well, to answer your first question, yeah, you definitely benefit from them just because you're seeing a different opponent. When you're going against the same receivers or O-lineman, D-lineman every day, you kind of pick up on their tendencies. So you tend to, you could take shortcuts because you pretty much know what's coming after going against the same guy every day. But when you send a new opponent, you really got to trust your technique and just lock in because you never seen them before. So it's always good to be able to mix it up with a different team and really see where you're at.
What about preseason games as opposed to these joint practices?
As long as you're getting the reps against the number one guys, whether it's in the game, I feel like I like the joint practices more because we get more reps, and it's more tailored to 7-on-7. There was a lot of third down, a lot of man-to-man. Where in the game, you're going to get a different mix of calls where you might not be able to work on your technique as much. So I like the joint practices. Getting to go up against other guys is always fun.
I think it was Xavier Woods who was giving us some insight on the finding system in terms of turnovers. Was that something initiated by the focus on attempts at the ball, or can you give us the backstory on how that started?
It's always been a conversation every year, but we never hard set on it. But this year, we've been on it. I owe $200 already for drop picks. Drop picks. But it's not just turnovers. If you holding, get a PI, it's a fine. If you late to the meeting by a minute, it's a fine. So the money gonna build up. It's gonna be a lot of money probably at the end of the year. And hopefully we can go on a DB trip or something with it. Once the season's over.
We all good?
I appreciate y'all.